it's Danielle. I wanted to take a few minutes to just talk about some of my favorite books that I listen to on Audible. So when the pandemic started, I had extra Audible credits, and we were home, and I was trying to kind of zone out a little because having everyone home is a lot. I'm an introvert. I've got ADHD. Like, it's really hard. Like, there's so much to distract me. And I needed something to do. And I had a lot of manual tasks. Like, I have a farm, so I'd be out there doing manual tasks. And I get kind of bored if I don't have something going on in my head, I guess. So if I listen to an audiobook that is really engaging, it tends to keep me on task longer. I get things done. I clean. It's amazing. So, but I have to have a good audiobook. And I wanted to recommend some that I actually almost quit. So there are 3 authors I really like that I've gotten into recently since the pandemic started, and I saw the genre and I was like, no. So the genre, so first of all, I like fantasy and science fiction, predominantly fantasy novels. I like romance too, regular fiction not so much, but fantasy type novels. I like a nice ending. I don't like Game of Thrones endings. Or Game of Thrones beginnings and middles. I mean, I just find that all a little bit much. Like, I want to read to get away, so, I don't want to go into misery town here. We got enough going on in the world. So, anyways, I got into lit RPG, which I was really thinking it was maybe a little too nerdy for me, which apparently isn't the case because I'm apparently the uber nerd. So I printed out pictures because I wasn't sure how to share the titles with everyone. So the first series I got started in was actually the Bad Guys series by 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤. Boom. And don't read that first. Read the Good Guys series first. So he's got 2 series, Good Guys and Bad Guys. And they are in the same world. They are lit RPGs. So basically lit RPG is, they end up in kind of like an RPG type world. But it's like a real world to the people that live in it. So, yeah. But there's a video game type style, which again, I thought was going to be a little too much. I like video games, but like it just seemed like an intersection that I just didn't feel like all fit together well for me. However, I found that the authors that I've read on here, for the most part, have been super fast paced, which I love. The narrators have all been excellent. And it keeps me very engaged and interested in the whole process. And it kind of is a unique perspective. Like, most books aren't talking about like you going into a completely different alien type world where you're like getting point systems and learning skills and stuff like that. So it's completely like unique. All of the authors I found have kind of had their own unique spin on it, which I love. It's just something different, I guess. So the Good Guys series and the Bad Guys series, I love. All male lead characters. There are some females in there. Super sarcastic. Lots of blood and gore, but not like in a icky way. Like, they're very love everyone. Just super like millennial kind of like, we don't care who you date or what you look like, because there's different creatures, and sometimes there's like some, I guess, racism in like between different types of creatures in the world. So like 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤 does a good job of being like, no, we love everyone, like, and we're not going to make assumptions about people based on their race or that sort of thing. So anyways, I like it. It was amazing. And I was like, surely this is a fluke. So anyways, I've been following this guy for like, and he puts out books fast. He puts them out fast. And I've been following him. And then I like ran out of the audiobooks. So I had to start reading the books in advance because the books come out before the audiobooks. So I started reading the books, and then I would listen to the audiobook again when it came out. But I started running out, and I have too many things, manual tasks to do that I need books for. So I ended up trying a few different series. Some of them I didn't like, but most of the lit RPG I really enjoyed. So the second series that I really liked is He Who Fights with Monsters. So, boom. this one took me like, I almost returned this book. I got like 5 or 6 chapters in and I was like, this is so boring, I can't handle it. All 3 series I'm going to talk about took me a little while to get into. However, once I got into them, I was in it for like the whole series. So this book actually has quite a few different books to it. They have not all been published, so, but there's quite a few available. And they're long, like one of them's, all of the 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞 books are like 11 hours, 7 hours. He Who Fights with Monsters, the first book is 28 hours and 56 minutes. And the last one I'm going to talk about, their first book is 43 hours. So they're long books, which is awesome. I feel like it's a good use of my credits as well. So anyways, the He Who Fights with Monsters, awesome book series. Again, unique kind of take to the world. Very fast-paced, sarcastic, fun, humor, male lead. Again, the female characters are kind of like minor characters in my opinion in both of these. Not a bad thing, like they're very nice about the females. They're not icky. But yeah, it would be nice to see some more female characters. 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞, if you like 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞, writes the Roseland series. Not my thing. Generally, it's kind of like science fiction-y / crime solving, mystery. I'm not a mystery person. I only listened to it because I liked his other books so much. And it was really good. It was really good. Not a genre I would normally look at. But the series was really good. I enjoyed it. So the last one is The Wandering Inn. And I was so excited that someone recommended it to me because I would not have picked that up. The main characters are female and they are strong female characters, which is cool. However, you've got to kind of bear with it for like the first few chapters because they don't seem like strong female characters at the beginning. They are very realistic characters. I've got my husband listening to Wandering Inn and he's having a hard time getting into this. And I said, just give it a little more. Just give it a little more. Because, and he did, and now he's hooked and he's listening to it all the time and he doesn't listen to me because he's always got his earbuds in and he's listening to this book. So, whatever. But he loves it. And it's very realistic. Like these people are like removed from their world and end up in this new world and they're kind of whiny. Which honestly is pretty realistic for how like most people would be if you got like ripped out of your world and you were like all of a sudden stuck trying to like defend yourself against monsters and trying to figure out all this like game level system stuff that's going on. However, they're really strong characters in terms of how they turn it around, and it's kind of like this, got this like weird psychological base that I think is cool. So honestly, all 3 series, or 4 series really, are really good. They're engaging, they're quick, the narrators are excellent. We've got narrated by Andrea Parsnow for The Wandering Inn. We've got Neil Helligers for Bad Guys and Good Guys, and Heath Miller for He Who Fights with Monsters. All 3 are awesome. I have no complaints. The Wandering Inn, the female voices, the first one, I don't love the voice. It took me like quite a few chapters to get used to her voice at first, but once I did, I was pretty happy because she does have, the narrator has so many different voices for the different characters. It is just beautiful, beautiful. You know who she's talking about, like what character is speaking just from her voice. Not all narrators are this good, like, and she's got some good voices for different like races of creatures that live, or like humanoid creatures that live on the planet. So it's really cool to kind of see how she works that into like the narration. It's really awesome. So overall, those are the 4 series I recommend. I hope y'all love them as much as I do. I feel like I need to get someone else hooked on this because I've been recommending them and a lot of my friends are like into like the, you know, top 20 books type thing, like not necessarily some of these smaller, less well-known authors, you know, but everyone needs to know about it because it's awesome. It's fast-paced, it's nice, it keeps your brain working, it's great for while you're doing other things, and if you're like me and your brain needs to be going a mile a minute at all times, it kind of just settles me down so I can do some manual tasks, get through them, and the books don't leave me feeling depressed. I tend to be pretty happy about them, and yeah, overall, awesome series. Highly recommend them on Audible. I don't think you're going to find them through the local library. I've done a lot of audiobooks through the library. I try to save all of my Audible credits for stuff I can't get on there. And these are just not super well-known authors. You know, it is what it is. But it's a good use of the Audible credits, and I love my Audible membership, to be honest. It's worth it. It's worth the money because of how much better I get through tasks, I think, having an audiobook in the background sometimes. So, oh, I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for listening. Sorry, it's so long, and I know it's off topic for me, but I just love it, and I wanted to, everyone else to, go appreciate these authors and these books as much as I do. So let me know if you've read any of them, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.